Well, hello everyone. That started great. I got asked it a few times in my streams if I could show off all the setups and if I could maybe explain what I thought when creating those setups. And that's it. That's the video. I actually already made this video in German, but I didn't plan to translate it, so I just recorded it on the fly. Therefore, I couldn't just translate it outright, so I just recorded a new video. So I might say something different than I said in the German video if you happen to understand both languages. But all in all, I will say the same things. So let's get started. This is my German general. He is not that interesting because there are no badges to show off or no setups to show off. I actually could put in logistic expert if I would really pay attention to the war, but as it stands right now, none of those vehicles needs the extra speed whatsoever. On the other hand, the charismatic build-up makes no difference for planes or tanks. Either way, cause whether on German side, you either lose your tanks way before you run out of morale, one way or another, so that makes no difference whatsoever. And the more moral thing does also nothing, so I might as well take the speed. It makes no difference. Anyway, let's get started with the first setup. This is my this is actually my second soldier I ever bought. This is my melee soldier. He started with a somewhat conservative setup. He started with just an MP40 and 2 grenades, so I could really spam stuff. I bought all the stuff with him, and I realized I don't really use grenades. I rarely, next to never use grenades. So at some point I decided I'm better off when I have just two pieces of anti-tank equipment, so I can hunt down a lot of tanks. So this is a total of 3 tanks I can destroy with 1 life, except if I rearm myself, that I can even take more ammunition. So this setup is what it is. It's quite simple. The MP40 modding is, I think, the barrel is not really needed. I do have it. It makes no real difference to have the barrel. And about the sights, I have them. They increase the precision, but only slightly. So if you're low on money, I won't recommend to get actually the sights. Just go with the field trigger and the lightning bolt. There's, by the way, a difference between the lightning bolt and the lightning spring. I personally like the lightning bolt a bit more than the lightning spring. Although the lightning spring offers a bit more range, while the lightning bolt is a bit more precise-ish. The difference is not that big. I personally like the DMV Fuchs ammunition because it offers some more precision. You lose damage, yes. I think you need actually 5 bullets in some corner cases instead of 4. But most of the times I really catch myself trying to spray down enemies that are further away than 5 meters or 10. And when you then would use the Wolf Faust or the Wolf Engel, you actually have problems to hitting stuff. So I really like the DMP Fuchs ammunition. That was more or less the soldier. He uses heavy set and fast reload. By the way, I will use the badge I use on the first slot is always the badge I would use if I wouldn't have veteran. The second badge is mostly additional bonus. Like the fast reload on this soldier is not so important. More important is fast reload on this soldier. This is my MG42 soldier, which will be my strongest man till they introduce bipods. He has fast reload gold as well, because fast reload for the MG42 is really necessary. It plays a lot better, and heavy set of course as well. You don't need really tight grip. I play with 1200 RPM, but as long as you stay away from ammunition, never use ammunition. Ammunition is a mistake. I tried the Anschlusspatron SS with tight grip and it didn't work at all. I also tried some other builds with the heavy bolt and the chrome line barrel. No. Just don't go for a bit of precision with this setup in 1200 RPM, and it's perfect. It will work perfectly, at least for me. Grinding up fast reload was actually made with the MP40. I also tried to play with tight grip and the pistol instead of the ST-74s, and so I don't need fast reload, but that didn't work so well for me. You might want to try it, but I don't know. I think it was wasted money. Well. On to the next soldier. This is my tank and a tank support guy. In German, if you translate his name is tank friend. So this soldier's purpose is to actually sit in a tank or run behind a tank. That's the reason why he actually got the Dienstglas, so you can peer into the deeps of the enemy bushes to spot enemy tanks and to support your tanker and repair the tank as well. So the guy has actually mechanic gold and heavy set, because I have veteran, but the mechanic gold is the important part. He also is my designated driver for APCs, because he has a wrench in his pocket, so I can drive around. So the wrench is nice. He also has a slightly different modded STG from a normal modding. First of all, he uses a scope and the lower fire rate. This fire rate from my I think it hits reasonably good. I can work with that. Yeah, that's more or less everything you need to know about the soldier. The range is of course needed. Well, there's nothing more to say. So this is my oldest soldiers. A soldier, I call him the infiltrator, because this guy is really good at getting behind enemy lines. So he has camouflage. He's a sniper. He has a pistol for media encounters. The P38 is actually quite good. If you already have the P08, just stick with this. I just bought it on this soldier because my oldest one, I wanted him the highest possible equipment. If I would have the money, I would also buy green P for him, but that will never happen most likely. The badges are heavy set gold and camouflage, as you can see, and he also has a swimwagen because he gets behind enemy lines. I mean, that's the entire point. So therefore he has H3s to destroy every kind of tank. And he also has a knife. Yes, I know this could be a wrench. It would probably be more intelligent if it would be a wrench, but no, I decided to take a knife with me because the knife is cool. That's more or less all I can say about that. The K90A is a bit different than you might want modded. Many people take the Anschlusspatronen SS instead of the SMK Hard. I actually like the SMK Hard more because you can then one-shot heavy-set bronze, which happens quite often, that you need to have a one-shot heavy-set bronze, and well, then you can use the K90A in melee fights. What you can, as you can do, you could use the Anschlusspatronen and then finish off the guys with a pistol within 50 meters. This is reasonable. Well, I think there's nothing more to say about this. Oh, I could show off my pistol modding. It's the same for all pistols I ever built. Regardless of faction, it's always a hair trigger, it's always a match science. It's a DMV focus for my... Oh wait, I'm not sure so sure. You don't actually need the ammunition, but I tried... You see, I tried all the ammunition, that I like the DMV focus most. Less damage, but the precision is pretty high, and I like my pistol to be precise. The light pistol spring is... Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you could decide. You could also... could take the bolt as well, but I decided for the spring. I think the spring and bolt decision was actually kind of randomly. The chrome line barrel for more damage. I actually don't know if it makes even a difference, but yeah, that's about the soldier. On to the next one. This is my Herbert Panzerfaust. The name is quite describing. This guy is for hunting down tanks. Therefore, he got a special treatment. He got a Kettenrad with an ammunition crate on it. It's, by the way, my only soldier that has ammunition crates still with him. Because the new map updates, now every map has ammunition crates at every fucking place and no health box, so I actually prefer to have health boxes on every of my other vehicles. This guy also owns a mobile anti-air gun with no crates because I never use it. I only never buy this thing. You don't need it. I only bought it, so I have it on one soldier, but it's totally useless. Except if there are maybe 3 paraplanes in the air and you have 3 of those things, then maybe if you want to sacrifice so many APC slots, you might want to use it, but that's it. The Gewehr 43 is actually, yeah, well, people always ask me why I'm not using the trigger. You might want to use the trigger, or you even could use the light spring or the heavy spring. But the thing is, if I use some of the RPM increasing mods, I just fire too fast. I will spam the trigger and then I will hit nothing on distances. Especially with the strong scopes the Germans have, it's kind of hard to hit anything when you have to take the huge recoil into account. So I stay with this build and it works. You could probably take out the ammunition and then put in the trigger, but sometimes you don't hit properly and then you need 3 shots, and I definitely want to 2-shot my enemies. While the Panzerschreck is, well, the main game of the soldier, therefore he has Iron Fist in the first slot, because... And heavy set is also pretty important. I realized I had Hoarder with the soldier earlier, so I can carry more rockets. But I decided actually for heavy set, because people always want to snipe you when you hunt tanks. That's a bit annoying. Yeah, that's more or less everything you need to know about the soldier. And yeah, it's pretty easy to grind also, because the Gewehr 43 also grinds the ribbon you need for infantry soldier. It is you need for the Panzerschreck. So this is one of the easiest settings to grind up, and it's actually really efficient. And nowadays with the new map update, I play this soldier really a lot. So I can recommend this setup as second or even first setup you ever, or outfit you ever buy on your soldiers. So this is my most beloved soldier. His name is Kangaroo. Who wields the STG-44 Kangaroo. I played this soldier for 1 month straight. I played nothing else than STG. The STG is not the best weapon in the game, and you could probably place this with an ABS and expect... What the fuck? No, not yet. You could probably expect similar results. The Panzerwurfminen should probably be H3s again. I actually have H3s on the soldier, but I wanted to try the Panzerwurfminen. The STG setup is well, yeah, it's maximum RPM. I like it this way. You just need to control your shoots a bit. I would like to show in-game footage, but then this video would be like 10 times the work I would need for this. Yeah, for highest fire rate, a Jägerpatron. I'm not too sure about it if the damage really makes a difference, but I got quite accustomed to it, so I stick with the Jägerpatron kurz. But you maybe don't want to use it. I'm, by the way, pretty salty that they lowered the price for the skins. I bought this one when it was more expensive. Anyway, vehicles are pretty standard. This guy can drive an APC because he's one of my most used soldiers and I want to have an APC on this one. Flash doesn't matter. And heavy set and fast food. I really like fast food on this soldier. This soldier got fast food naturally. I bought this one. Wow. I bought the MP34 to just grind up the last bit of the weapon, but more or less this guy got fast food naturally because I just played and picked up every gun I could find. Anyway, the knife could be probably a wrench, but as said, I like knifing and I don't need more than 180 bullets, especially not nowadays when you have ammunition laying everywhere around. So I need to hurry up a bit, I think. This is a soldier you cannot play when you have no veteran. It's not possible, because this soldier uses both weapons, and you see I have only 5 bullets in the K98. You could play with that, but then the K98 would be really inefficient. Many people actually playing the setup this way around and put all the ammunition in the K98 and only put a bit ammunition in the machine pistol, but I think I need more machine pistol ammunition than I need for the K98. So I use Hoarder Gold, so I have actually 20 bullets in the K98, which is quite a lot and enough for my purpose at least, because I'm usually creeping towards the enemy capture point. This soldier is mostly used when you have situations where snipers are on the road and you need to counter snipe, or there's a huge open area, but the capture point itself is something close combat, so you need both guns. This setup actually works in most situations and works really reasonably well in those situations, but the problem is you have nothing against tanks. And as you have always seen, all my other setups are armed against tanks and other vehicles you absolutely need to destroy. Yeah. This soldier also has an APC because he's so versatile. Yeah, that's more or less the main reason. And he has also his theme in Oak Leaf. Yeah, but that's more or less all you need to know about this soldier. I think the modding is the exact same. Yeah, I got the stainless steel. As said, the barrels you can take it or cannot take it. You see, most of my soldiers are more or less generals, so the money doesn't really matter for me anymore. For that matter. So, on to the next soldier. This one is more or less a carbon copy of the other guy with the Panzerschreck, just as here. So he has an MP40. Therefore, he's unplayable if you don't have Hoarder. You can play the soldier without heavy set. The plan is to storm points, which when you have no heavy set, it's a bit bad, it's a bit worse, but it's still playable. And when there are enemy APCs or other light vehicles you need to destroy, this is your soldier. He's just there to destroy APCs more or less, and some light tanks. The light tanks can be really annoying sometimes. So this guy has nothing special. The badges are somewhat standard, and you see I already started to save up money on this soldier. He uses only the bare minimum for max RPM. Never do anything else than playing an SMG on max RPM. Yeah, this soldier is quite simple, and I think the simplest yeah, continues. This is my sniper. Actually, he's also modded on heavy set, one-shotting heavy set silver. Many people actually play with Scout 2 barrel, not the Octave one, Scout 2 barrel, and as an Anschlusspatron. Or I also have seen some snipers who totally play without any barrel, and so go for stability and aim more for headshots. You can do that, but I'm too bad as a sniper, so I cannot go for headshots. I'm just too... No, I'm not good at going for headshots. So that's my choice. Actually, by now I don't like the ZS Seal 8 anymore. I would have preferred the Fine Quartz one. I would have preferred I had bought this one. Although this one is a bit thicker, I think I like it more. But no, I'm not going to spend that much money for this. So I won't do it, but... I would like, yeah, he still has a pistol, it's the same modding as before, we already have seen it, it's the same as pistol. Oh no, he uses both angle. Why does he do that? Oh, well. Okay, apparently I decided that my sniper needs a bit more damage in melee fights. I didn't bulk him a P38 because it's literally 1 damage difference, so nope, there's no reason to do so. I also have a Gewehr 43 sniper on this soldier, because there are different scopes. I actually had to buy 2 scopes for them. This is setup. I actually use the heavy spring here, cause you know I'm trigger heavy and then I hit nothing and I want to hit. The big difference is that the sniper can use a bit the better reticle for the Gewehr 43, which is the main reason why I did it. So anyway, on to the next soldier. Oh wait, I forgot to say something about the badges. So he has Meritor Man and Heavy Set, cause actually I discovered that Meritor Man is the most needed thing as sniper and I can think about, because all the other badges do literally nothing. A Hoarder does nothing, Porter Quickfire, wow. Hip firing, no, does nothing. Ghillie is nice-ish, but most of the time when you get spotted, you're dead anyway, so that does nothing. And yeah, I play with. Actually, can you still get first blood? They made the tutorial not available anymore, right? Anyway. Tight would also do nothing, and I'm waiting for camouflage. As soon as I have unlocked camouflage, I would use it, but I still don't have it, so I need to play my sniper a bit more. Till then, I will one-shot people with Heavy Set Silver. That's nice. So this guy will be obsolete as soon as you introduce a bipod, because his sole purpose is to down planes. That works goodish as long as the enemy pile is not very good, or at least is reasonably bad. Because you need the enemy pilot to fly right over you and not shoot you. When you get one or two magazines into the body of the plane, it will get down, and that's the reason why that is so. Is because I'm using guard and the highest fire rate, which is pretty good to make damage on planes. This guy is also my defense guy. That's the reason why he has S-mines. And I'm using infantry with gold. You could also steal in PDRD with the soldier and one-shot enemy light vehicles if you really want to. He uses tight grip course, otherwise he would hit nothing with SM card. That's unfortunately true. Anyway, that's all I can say about the soldier. He's just there to down planes, and I think he will be obsolete sometime soon. But as it stands for now, he's used sometimes by me, just to annoy people. Yeah, this is my second sniper. He is just there to drive the 222. The German weakened vehicle. He has mechanic gold and driver gold. He needs no heavy set. He's not supposed to ever leave the 222. Driver gold actually turns out to be pretty good when driving the 222. And as long as I don't have gunner, which will never happen apparently. I mean, this is an... Oh wait. Oh yeah, I could make this guy an infantry tanker, but I suspect Vito will take this ability sooner away that I can re-evolve. He don't need the camouflage, and I cannot unequip the motorcycle, which is a bit unfortunate. Otherwise, I would also buy, if I think it would fit, I would maybe buy this sniper a Kettenrad just so I can put health on it. Actually, health. You need more health as sniper than ammunition, in my experience. So, anyway, now we're going to the obscure characters, which I will just mention quickly. This is my mine layer guy. The only reason why he has a pistol so I don't feel so helpless and I can toy around. When there are stage matches, for some reasons I'm in a stage match, I like to toy with this soldier. He just has a pistol. It's super expensive to use, by the way. All pistols are super expensive to use. He doesn't even has a motorcycle yet, so there's that. He has car thief as badge and not even on gold yet, and dynamite lover, so I can lay more mines. But I don't use the soldier a lot nowadays because I'm not playing so many clan battles anymore. Onto the paratroopers. This is my FG42, so the Fallschirmgewehr guy. I'm not sure if I should whether use the MP40 or the Fallschirmgewehr. And if I use the Fallschirmgewehr, should I use it with a scope or not with a scope? I decided to use the scope just so I can use the full potential of the gun. I mean, only the paratrooper can play it, so I want to at least have one soldier who has everything on it. That's more or less about it. The badges are pretty clear. Heavy set and freefall. I thought about replacing heavy set with fast food gold, but ultimately I decided against it. You don't have a lot of ammunition with the FG42, so you have to be careful, and you cannot play it on the ground as normal infantry soldier. This is a bit sad, I would have to say. Next paratroopers against tanks. I still haven't grinded a better pistol for this guy, or even pistol mods. I mean, the C96 would be a good weapon if I had the trigger and the spring, but I don't, because I never play this guy. But to down tanks, when there's a tank shelling over a river, this guy is actually pretty perfectly to just down tanks. Also, he earns a lot of money in stage matches, but I think it's annoying to play against it when just death rains from above. I don't know, I like the soldier pretty much, and if they ever take away the H3s from paratroopers, I will just buy him FG42 and make this soldier an MP40 paratrooper again. So, onto the tanker. There's nothing special. I have an MP40, only one magazine. and wrench, so pretty standard here. I don't have tiger yet. Yes, I will buy a tiger somewhen as soon as I feel like. I never drive tank anyway, and they know I could earn a lot of money there, but I don't care. I have gunner and mechanic. Gunner is a more important thing. Mechanic is nice to have, but most of the time you actually have the time to repair for a longer time. It's just a convenient thing to not wait too long. My pilot is also, I never grind up the pistol. Don't buy a pistol on a pilot, you don't need it. The only thing you ever need on a pilot is a wrench. Nothing else. Everything else is just... Can you even buy H3s? Yes, I could buy H3s. Okay, you could maybe think about buying H3s on your pilot if you get downed by something and you could destroy tanks behind enemy lines. That would be maybe funny. Then you would actually need the pistol. But anyway, my plane is currently equipped with APCR. I think APCR is a more fair way to fight in the air. I actually despise people that using this high explosives Minengeschoss in this case. So yeah. I hate you when you're using HE munition in a stage. In war, it's war. Everything is elevated, I guess. But when you use HE in stage, I really fucking hate you, and I would wish I could report you. Anyway, yeah, Flakjack is a more important patch actually. Bombs Away is nice to have, and yeah, if you don't have Flakjack in a higher grade, you might want to use Bombs Away, but Flak Jacket is actually really important because the damage reduction is quite high. I don't have it on goal yet because I don't fly that often, at least not with this pilot. And the last soldier recently became a lieutenant. This guy is supposed to be my PTRD steel character, so I'm currently grinding up the driver with him, as you can see, and fast load is already done. And this character is supposed to steal enemy PTRDs, and if they ever introduce a Panzerbüchse, this guy will carry the Panzerbüchse. Therefore the badges would be, if you would already be done, would be fast reload and infantry for scope. But that hasn't happened yet, so it's on the way. So on to the next account. I also have my Merkin account. This is it's more or less the same. But the M1, M2 carbine has a lot more ammunition than the STG and uses one slot less. So I can actually carry more stuff with him. I decided against a knife or a wrench. I rather have stuff like on my German, on this soldier, so I can destroy more tanks, which is actually kind of nice. So vehicles is always the same, and I don't have veteran on this account, so I use heavy set on all my soldiers except the anti-tank guy, and yeah, that's more or less is. The MP guy, this is actually the first soldier I went up. He was sometimes he was actually a dual setup with those two guns. But then I had to, as soon as I had the Thompson and I didn't need the grease gun anymore, I could play this setup. I like this setup, and I'm thinking about adding a wrench to this soldier so I can repair APCs, and I still haven't bought an APC yet, also, I must say. But if I would buy an APC, I would probably give this soldier a wrench because he has a room. And I could do it still. The next setup is my Johnson guy. Oh, I probably should show the moddings. I'm sorry. I forgot about this. The modding is pretty simple. I need to save up money on this account because I have no veteran. I'm actually struggling a bit to buy new toys, so I need to be a bit conservative. I would actually like to buy the sights, and I haven't toyed around a lot with ammunition, but the Thompson seems reasonably precise, so I actually like this setup a lot. For now, I don't play the Thompson guys so much anymore since I have the carbine, because the carbine is just a better gun. If you have the decision between carbine and Thompson, the carbine is more grind, yes. You see, I grinded it up with a grand. That was actually kind of painful, but as soon as you have the carbine, I think there's no reason to ever take the Thompson, except for style reasons. Yeah, I know this carbine skin is, by the way, ugly, but it was cheap. I should probably have taken the black one. Anyway, this setup for the carbine I actually like, but it's super expensive because of the scope. You can actually play without scope, that's possible, but I think the full potential of the carbine is only unlocked with the scope. 900 RPM is nice-ish. You could go for more, but I'm not a fan. That gets too imprecise and you're spitting out too much bullets, especially because I have no fast load on this character, which I would love to have. Last setup, or no, it's not the last setup on the 30, but almost the last setup. This is my anti-tank guy. It's pretty similar to the German version, except that I have a field trigger here because the zoom on the west scopes is a bit lower, so I actually can see stuff while firing the weapon. He also has a bazooka. It's the exact same setup you already have seen before. I would buy a Panzerschreck because I really hate the bazooka, but I haven't unlocked it yet because I'm not hunting so many tanks on this account. So anyway, this soldier is well, yeah. I somewhat often die to snipers, which is a bit annoying, but I'm not using the soldier so much because I recently grinded up this soldier, which is the the exact same thing as the infiltrator guy. Oh. Since when is it called M1, M2C? Wasn't it called something different in the past? Anyway, this soldier is supposed to have a pistol, but you see I'm short on money yet. So I will buy the pistol as soon as I can. Then I will probably buy H3s. Or well, I will buy stickies and then I will buy H3s somewhere later. But for now, this is my infiltrator guy. He won't have a knife because I can never have it. And I will probably have to wait a lot of times till I have the camouflage badge, but that's a problem. Anyway. So much for this guy. This guy actually has a pistol. He started as infantryman, and I'm not sure if it was a right decision to not have taken the A1 carbine, which would actually have been nice, but unlocking it would have taken some time. So I think I'm better with a pistol. I don't play tanks that often. I probably should, because I would really like to have a Chevy and a Hellcat, but I haven't unlocked them yet. So this guy is actually, I just evolved him to tanks, and that was it basically. He has nothing except a pistol with a bit more ammunition. Yeah, so much for that. That's my pilot. I actually play this guy more than my tanker, but he has no guns whatsoever. He actually spawns with a shovel, which is nice, I think. My plane, of course, uses APCR ammunition, and if I had unlocked any badges yet, I would use flak jacket, but I can't. So much for my West account. It's not so big yet, because you see I'm not playing that much on the West side. Or well, I play, but unlocking is hard, you know. So back to this account, and we could take a last look at my Russian guys. Yeah, okay. The famous FG42 SVD40. This setup is a basic setup I would recommend for every new soldier, every new account. If you just started the game, this is your setup. Of course, add some anti-tank stuff as soon as you unlocked it. Maybe, I'm not sure about the bazooka yet, but this an H3 or on the Russian side, I think it's an RPG, yeah, the RPG 43, would be really useful in this situation. Of course, as soon as I had unlocked it, I would actually use the motorcycle, but I haven't yet. This setup is actually super, no, not super sure, but it's somewhat cheap to use. And it's really effective. Just the Scout 2 barrel and the normal T-post scope. And you actually have a gun that is quite capable in all situations, especially with the Tokarev, which is, in my opinion, one of the best guns when it comes to semi-automatic rifles. I think it's the best of the semi-automatic rifles. This guy is actually supposed to have the AVS unlocked somewhere in the near future, which is probably not so near because I never play on the Russian side. But anyway, yeah, so much about the basic setup. Oh, it's so busy, yeah, sure. I also have a pilot on the Russian side. He was once an infantryman, but I decided I want a pilot. I want to play the Yak. The Yak is, by the way, the nicest plane, except you cannot destroy tanks. You can when you hit probably, but it's pretty hard. But I really like the Yak. It's pretty maneuverable, and you know what I want to say. And I would actually use flak jacket here as well, but I haven't unlocked it yet, so I cannot do it. So anyways, that were all my setups. I hope it was quite informative. I was actually 10 minutes slower than in my German video because I spoke slow. Oh yes, it's my West side. I just evolved this guy to a sniper for no reason whatsoever. He doesn't even have has the right gun, so ignore this soldier. He does nothing. Yeah, that were all my setups, and I hope you could get some insight. I'm sorry that I couldn't show any in-game footage. As said, this would have makes this video a lot longer, harder to make, and so on and so on and so on. And I hope you were able to understand me. There will be no subtitles for this video because I haven't pre-written the stuff I actually said. This was just totally freestyled. So if you have found a random German word in it, it was just because my mind was too slow. So anyway, I hope you had fun, and see us next time on the battlefield. Goodbye.